Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Mancuso.
Hello everyone. My name's Adam Mancuso, like Will just said. And when I first physically started doing comedy, Mr. Rob Chiaffi over there recommended a book to me called The Comedy Bible by Judy Carter. It's a book on teaching new comics the do's and don'ts of comedy. Never got around the time to reading it because I thought it was a stupid idea. But the other day on Amazon, I was reading some free preview pages, and I noticed a trend in the random pages I was clicking on, and it was that the book seems very incomplete. There's a lot of half ideas in there, and I'm here tonight to just fill in those blanks for everyone here in the contest, maybe help out, maybe bake a few funny cupcakes for everyone. There's a couple hungry people out there. Excellent. Like at first, on page 22, it says, make a list of things you fear while you're on stage. It's a good way to confront your fears, address them, maybe combat them. It also says here, note, be serious, not funny. And they put that there for good reason, too, because sometimes I even forget when to be funny and when not to be. You know, an anagram for funeral is real fun, so who's to say? Oh, it's rough. But my list of things I fear when I'm on stage is very short. It's only one thing I fear when I perform, and that is being diagnosed with glaucoma. I do a lot of charity shows in hospitals, and I'm deathly afraid a doctor is going to shout out, it's obvious you have glaucoma. That frightens me, and now that I said it, I can begin the healing process. On page 4, it says to write comedy for other comics. It's a great way to get your foot in the door. Bruce Valanche writes for Bette Midler. I sort of write for this hobo around the block for me. His name's Roscoe. And I try to like set him up with things, see where he takes the punchlines. Like the other day he was wandering as usual. And I was going out to my car, and he was like, hey man, you have any spare change? I'm so hungry. And I said, how hungry are you? Setting him up, he's a hobo. And he just shook his head, walked away, and peed on a stray dog. Now, it's a little avant-garde, yes, please. It's a little avant-garde, but he's starting out. We're all starting out. And when you're starting out, you're doing what we call finding your voice, okay? We're all taking a conventional sense right now. Going up on stage, entertaining you fine people. Roscoe is beyond audiences. Like, he's just peeing on stray dogs when he has the time. Like, I don't even think he knew I was still looking at him when he did this. It was very frightening for me. Is it funny? I don't know. Maybe a year or two from now he'll be in Carnegie Hall peeing on a bunch of sick giraffes or elephants. I don't know. Moving on with teaching you guys about comedy. On page 26 it says, make a list of 5 comedy buddies that you would like. A comedy buddy, someone you feel comfortable sharing ideas with, sharing material with. You know, just throwing around some ideas. For my 5, I just put Christian Slater 5 times. Because I really love that movie Cops. Really, did you guys ever see that? It's funny. Christian Slater's brother dies, and like he runs a precinct, and then Christian Slater inherits it, and he becomes a cop who plays by his own rules. There's a dog. I even wrote I love Cops. Like, that's how much I love it. I colored in the heart, a lot of free time. I better move on before it's all cuffs. Oh boy. On page 198, it's a very important part about crowd work, and it says, audience members can feel very uncomfortable when the comic talks to them. Most people in the audience don't want to be the center of attention. Now, I know I said before the book felt very incomplete, and I stand by that. This is the one exception where I feel the book's just plain wrong. That's why you are going to read a poem I printed from the internet. It's by Anne Bradstreet. What is your name, good sir? Jack. Dwayne? Dwayne here's going to read a poem. You're going to loudly read a poem, and we're all going to stare at you. And I'm going to hold the mic for you, cowboy. Okay? Cowboy. Take it away, Dwayne.
If ever two...
When you're ready. When you're ready. There's no clock running.
If ever two were one, then surely we. If ever man...
I'm sorry, it's my fault for interrupting you. I was reminiscing about a scene in Cuffs. You know that scene where Christian Slater and his partner are on the rooftop and they have the bad guys at gunpoint? And then one of the bad guys says, "It's only a bunch of 12 gauges, boys. They can't just take us all down." And then partner shoots him, and then Christian says, now that we know he can add and he can subtract. Oh, Professor Slater just dropping mathematics on everyone on the rooftop. On the rooftop. Did you ever see Cops, Dwayne?
Many times.
Do you like the movie?
I think it sucks.
How dare you, sir! You son of a bitch, how dare you downplay anything Mr. Christian Slater's ever done? Whether it's Cuffs, whether it's Mafia, or whether it's some denim fucking jeans ad he did in Hollywood working his way up for his SAG card. You dig?
He was excellent on Saturday Night Live when he was the Wolfman.
Agreed, Dwayne. Agreed, Dwayne. No, we're done here with you. Give it up for Dwayne, briefly. I don't know how much time I have left. Oh, boy. Let me get my clipboard back, because there's one more thing I have to quote from the crappy book. Alright, now there's one more thing in the Comedy Bible I had an ish with. And that is, on page 105, it had a thing on hack material. And, it said here, don't use fake topics. Once people know that the topic isn't really part of you and what you do, it becomes hack material. So, a good example of that would be, let's say I was a black comic, okay? Let's just pretend I wasn't as white as I am. Okay? I could never really open up with a joke like, hi, my name's Tyrone. My friends call me Grand Wizard. I could never open up with a joke like that, and the joke would lose all meaning once I take my hood off, too. Like, it'd be a little rough. So I'm Adam Mancuso. That's me mocking the Comedy Bible. Not from my book. It's good for Will Vogue.